This is your quick guide on how to install the skin for the Leica Q3. This here is our classic silver. It has a titaniumish hue to it, so it gives it that very nice retro look on your Q3. Leicas tend to hold their value pretty well, but once you have scratches and scuffs, you'll notice that it tends to go down by quite a few $100s. So for a small amount, you can actually protect your camera, keep it looking fresh, keep it looking different, and keep it looking new. So first, what you want to do is figure out which part you want to apply first. I like to start from the top, so that is this section right here. We're going to slowly peel from each angle, each corner. You don't ever want to pull from one side only. That's going to create a lot of stress at the weak points here. So gently peel from each side. We're going to peel and lift. We're going to do the same here, and we're going to do it here. So now they come off quite easy. There is a few ways to apply this. The way I'm applying it might be different from yours, but what I like to do is I like to start from this right angle and the microphone hose. I do recommend using our tweezer and squeegee if you happen to purchase that. It makes things a lot more easy. You can make micro adjustments, and you never want to apply pressure to the skin unless you have it perfectly aligned. So using the tweezer and your fingers, we're going to align the microphone hole with this right angle. You're going to make sure it's flush. You want to check all the edges. And once you confirm that it's perfectly aligned, what we're going to do is we're going to use our finger to apply downwards pressure. And around the edges, we're going to crease the edges and fold down the flaps. You can take your time with this. You don't have to rush. And right here, again, same thing, fold from the edge. And if you need to, use a tweezer to slowly align the buttons and the edges. And once you have that done, slowly apply a little bit of pressure. For hard to reach areas, I recommend using the squeegee to flatten out and get to areas that are hard to reach. And that is the top section done. So this section is a little bit tougher. You will have to set the switch to on, so take note of that. And when you apply this, go ahead and just lay it into the slot. And then we're just gonna use the tweezer to make micro adjustments. Don't worry, we did include two pieces, so in case you did mess up, there's another one, because we know you will mess this up on your first try. And once you have everything aligned, go ahead and apply pressure with your fingers, or just use a squeegee, gently go over it. And if you must, use a tweezer to get those hard to reach areas. Go ahead and check the switch, make sure everything works. There should be no intrusion with the skin. For this section, I recommend going in between the dial, aligning the dot indicator, and use the squeegee to finish it off on the edges and corner. For the left side, we did include one that shows the Q3. However, I do like it to be concealed, so we'll just cover it up like so. And one for the hot shoe cover. Again, these are all optional, so if you decide not to install it, it's at your discretion. Moving on to the body. So this part's a little bit trickier because it's such a large cohesive piece. So we could start from the back using the play button and the menu button section, or we could start from the hot shoe. I like to start from the hot shoe battery bottom section just because there's a lot more ports and openings. So what I like to do is, as mentioned, you want to peel from all sides of the vinyl, loosen it up. You never want to peel from one direction completely, as you could put strain on certain areas of the vinyl. So once you have most of it peeled, they should all come off quite easy. And you want to make sure not to stick this to each other. Again, we're going to start from the bottom, so we're just going to drop it off like that. And then using our tweezer, we're just going to maneuver it until it looks perfectly aligned. So one thing I do want to note is you want to make sure the battery door is flush. with its surrounding cutout. Once it looks really flush, straight, go ahead and fold in the top section. Make sure you align the button cutouts perfectly, like so. Just follow the edges. You can go ahead and use a tweezer. Adjust the light indicator section and these 3 holes. Make sure it's flush and check the bottom. This section is quite important. We're just going to fold with our fingers. Fold over the flaps, and it should align perfectly along the grip side. Just gently go over every section, and you're going to lift up the LCD here, and then we're just going to fold in the extra flap here. And for this section here, just go ahead and use your thumb. Start from the bottom, and then push upwards with some pressure. You can also take one of these pieces to hide the seams, or you can use other pieces that we have provided. Again, you want to align it perfectly. Once you have that done, use your thumb, start from the bottom, apply pressure, push up. So now you got a cleaner thumb rest. Be sure to check that your skin isn't intruding on any of the latches, ports, or doors before proceeding. We did include extra battery covers because we know, come on, no Leica owner just has 1 battery. So once we get to the side section, this part is a little bit tricky because of just how thin this area is. We did make it a little bit shorter to account for the stretching that you could possibly create when applying the skin. So again, you want to peel from both sides, not just one. This is extra crucial for this section. Peel from both sides. Do not stretch it. Do your best, because we did include another piece just in case you aren't able to apply this piece. So we're just going to gently lay it down here. Use your tweezers, align it as close to perfect as possible. And we're just going to align this really thin and narrow piece. Gently go over it with your fingers. Do not intrude on the door opening here. There is a simpler piece included if you aren't able to install this part. So the rest of the pieces are pretty straightforward. You're just gonna apply them to their designated areas, and look out for the seams. You wanna make sure it looks OEM. LCD section is quite easy. We're just gonna align it to the front side. So this is a very light heat gun. Do not use a heat gun this close. This is only for demonstration purposes. As you can see, my hand is completely safe. So I just want you guys to note that this is a very weak heat gun. So we're just gonna lightly warm it up, get all the air out. So now we create the grooves. This is the grip section, so if you decide to apply this, we do provide it in matrix black. Very straightforward. We're gonna loop it around the mount, apply some pressure here, and then we're just gonna use our finger to roll this in. And it should go in pretty flush. You can see the cutouts align perfectly with the lens hood, so you're just going to attach that. Once it's fully aligned, you're going to continue applying it to the rest of the lens hood. I do want to talk about these 2 sections here. These are only included if the skin is thin enough to apply. And even so, I don't recommend installing this unless you're comfortable, because this is a moving part and the skin, as you can see here, will be inside. So unless you're comfortable, I don't recommend installing this. But if you're brave like us, you'll do it. So what's cool with the skin is you can actually create the ridges for it, like so, just using your squeegee, indent it.